Hey, welcome lovely people. How are you doing out there today? Something slightly different for you today. We are going to be doing a kind of an under-over threshold workout. It's a rolling hills terrain. You've got 4 hills to climb today, each one a little bit longer and a little bit harder than the one before. First hill, we're going to be happily pedaling along at tempo. Second to fourth is getting a little bit more challenging. That's all good. As always, folks, you've got a number of options. You can play along today with the backing music, or this is what's going to make it slightly different. Under the no music playlist, you can just play your own music. Play it, top volume, whatever you like. It's going to get you through the ride. It's 60 minutes today. Or you can click in the description below. There is a Spotify playlist. And to take that option, what you want to do is to load up the video, ready to go. And then when we hit go, you're going to hit the beginning of that playlist. And this profile is one of the workouts that I used to deliver live. And the workout is designed around that music. Well, it's not designed around the music, but you get the lift from the beat changes in the music. And you can play along there. I've got the music playing here in my ear. We're strength climbing, so we're not going to be dipping right down into deep recovery. We are kind of a narrow band of effort. If you're using power, if you're using FTP, you can use those numbers there. Effort levels as a guidance, or max heart rate. Now, just a little note on the max heart rate numbers. They are there as a guidance. Now, clearly, as we get further and deeper into the workout, we're working around about threshold. You're going to get a lot of heart rate drift going on, which means you're going to find it harder and harder and harder to recover from the efforts. So don't worry too much jumping straight into the first climb. Don't worry too much if you can't get your heart rate down in the recovery phase. And as always, folks, if you're on an indoor bike, if in fact you're on a turbo, it doesn't really matter. When we're doing the efforts, and that's the harder of the intervals, obviously, you can stay seated or you could stand. Just because I'm staying seated, keep my heart rate under control, doesn't mean you have to. You can stand. So when I say, we're going to be diving into the effort and putting that effort level up, jump on out your saddle if you want to. So look at the numbers here. Just pushing it up a little bit. 70% FTP. Keeping the lid on your heart rate just for the moment. Squeezing it up. These first intervals are done at a 1-to-1 ratio, threshold ratios. 1 minute lower intensity, 1 minute higher intensity. Load up the gears. I'm using my smart trainer, if you know my kind of setup here, which is auto setting my smart trainer to the percentage of my FTP. That's dropped in pretty quick, eh? Obviously you need a little bit longer to warm up. Don't worry, just bring it in slowly. I've got no choice because it's auto set. But if you want a little bit longer to come on into the efforts, no problem. Or maybe warm up for a little bit longer before you join us for the workout. How does that sound? It's about to drop off. And breathe. See, my heart rate's gone crazy already, folks. What's going on? Benefits. Funny description of the benefits down in the description below. So we're going to be doing some big block sustained efforts at lactate threshold. So we're working on pushing up your lactate threshold, which means you can work harder for longer, and your resistance to lactate. Also building muscular strength and endurance. Now then, in terms of mixing this workout up, I'm currently 65, 66-ish RPM. Ready to load, folks. Follow the guide here, and there's a gear load icon down the bottom there, and also to drop the gear as well. Some of these efforts are quite short. There's some quick transitions. If you're on an indoor bike, it's pretty easy because you can mess around with the resistance quite quickly. If you're on a regular bike and you've got to change gears, give yourself a little bit of time to change the gear up, change it back. Don't worry too much if you don't kind of hit the numbers, hit the timing exactly, no matter. How are you doing out there in your pain cave today? It's going to get warm towards the end, folks. This is one of those leg busters. It's going to get pretty aerobic as well. If we're going over lactate threshold, it's going to be much, much harder. Ready to drop. Follow the guide here. I'm trying to talk to you, look at my numbers. The numbers here and the guidance is spot on. Me, probably not so much. So just keeping it tempo here. Tempo is all day race pace, or not all day race pace, not racing at all. All day riding pace. Aerobic. Minimal amount of lactate building in the muscles. Good to go. Holding it here, folks. Keep pushing. This, by the way, if you're listening to the Spotify playlist, this Talk track is one of my favourites, and it's over 6 minutes long. Lovely jubbly. Back on we go. Squeezing those pedals, keeping it smooth, remember? Driving from the hips, opening up the hip joint to straighten that leg, driving and bringing in this powerhouse at the back. Posterior chain, lower back, glutes, hamstrings. Get them doing some work. Make sure you've got plenty of fluids. You've got some nice big blocks of recovery today. You're very welcome. I want you to get your heart rate right back down in those recovery phases. Hold it there. Here we go. Keeping it smooth. So if you play along to the playlist, you're just about to drop into the next track. And dropping it back down. Another one of my favourite tracks is. It's pretty cool. Maybe you got your own cool music playing in the background. Whatever gets you through. Let's bring up the leg speed a little bit. Nice and relaxed on those hands. Now we're jumping into that workout. Ready to load. So not a gut-busting climb to start, but you know, if I was out on the road, what would this feel like? Well, a solid 5%, I reckon. Yeah, that kind of feeling in the legs. 4 to 5%. Not a killer. Not a flat road either, though. Definitely in control. Feeling good. Now, you know my little secrets I like to keep with just you, nobody else. Little secret today. Do you know, I woke up this morning and had a recording planned, and I'm about to drop the gear, folks. There we go. I was just not feeling the love for the one I got planned. I had a real hankering to just dip into one of my classes that I used to deliver live, one of my workouts. So that's what I did. Done a bit of jiggling around with the numbers to make it turbo friendly. So I'm feeling pretty fired up and excited about this. Going to get the music to help me along. Because let's face it, when you get to the last climb, you're probably going to need it. Where are you today? Let me know. Where are you in the world? Lockdown UK? Although it does look, you ready to load? It does look though, you know, we might be just on our way with a, fingers crossed, a plan to get released. That would be nice. How are you doing with that stroke? Are you keeping it smooth? And release. When we get to those bigger, heavier gears later on, that's when you've got to really work on that smooth technique and don't start to really stamp on the drive phase. And load. Get the gear on, get the resistance on. So I'm totally with you here. So we have hooched it up just a little bit to the top end of tempo. 89% FTP. You want to be aiming for no more than max heart rate of 80. Should be able to keep it in check here because we're not gone super crazy over threshold. It's going to get more challenging a little bit later on. Hold it there till we are done and recover. Okay, that's the first hill done. Drop all that gear right off. Drop it down. And breathe. One done. That's the warm-up hill. So legs should be fired up, ready to really start that workout. Just gonna chill here and breathe. Now, if you're new to my workouts and this just happens to be the first one you're doing, very welcome, first of all. So I'm not going to prescribe your leg speed on this workout. I'll tell you why in a little minute. Give you some options. But when we've got this really, really light resistance here for a recovery, you might just want to pick up that leg speed. I'm doing 90 RPM here. Pick up the leg speed just a bit. Relax, keep the tension out of the shoulders. No, not overly gripping the handlebars. Nice deep breaths. Big deep breath in through the nose. Pushing that diaphragm right down, let the abs go. And then exhale as much as you can through the mouth to exhale all the waste products. So as I said, this is slightly different to some of the workouts that I've posted recently, which tend to have much longer intervals. If you enjoy these kind of perky little short sessions, especially if you're playing along to the playlist that it was planned to, if you like these, let me know. I've got over 100 workouts in my library that I could transform just like that and get them online. Let me know. Do you like these? A little bit trickier with those quick transitions and gear changes, but I'll try and minimise those the best I can. Right, you ready then, folks? Now we're going to really start climbing. Loading the gear. Let it feel it come in. Oh, another lovely track, fantastic. Oh, I see my heart rate's just going to go mental because I'm so excited. Loading it up. FTP 75 here. In tempo. And then your effort's going to come in. 95% FTP. Heart rate numbers. 70% aim for this phase here. For the efforts, you want to be jumping up to about 83. No more than that. Keep a lid on it. Keep it smooth. So I'm currently doing, guessing my legs have just jumped straight there, haven't they? 68 RPM. You might be slightly faster, slightly slower. Whatever feels good for you. Ready? Load! Oh man, that feels good. Oh, approaching your FTP. Are your legs squealing at you already? Mine are none too happy, if I'm truthful. Got to keep a lid on it. And breathe. Relaxed in the upper body, chest open. Giving those lungs every chance possible to get the oxygen on board. Got about another 20 odd seconds. I'm going to try not to look too much at my notes, but this is quite an involved, lots of transitions and changes. Try not to miss them for you. Oh. How's that hill looking? Never ending? Relentless? You ready to drop the gear? Woo! And breathe. Have you started drippy sweat level already? I'm not quite there, but I'm definitely might need to turn the fan up. There we go. It's going to come out on the recording, I know. No, nothing to be done about that, I'm afraid. Ready to load! Start squeezing the gears on. Effort coming! Load the resistance! Hit it! Are you standing? Oh, I'm having too much fun here. Oh. Oh, why aren't you in the room with me, all of you? And if you're one of my ex-clients, oh, I can just see you. I can just see you on those bikes there, right in front, ready to drop. Release. I can see the shaking heads, slumped shoulders as you drop over your handlebars. The glares over the shoulder, making eye contact with me. Okay, folks. Ready to load. Get it on. Do I look as if I'm having too much? I really am, I can't tell you. Oh, I'm so glad I made this decision this morning. It's bringing me much joy. Oh, I hope it is you. Extremely happy to be able to share this with you. Release the gear. I try and work out how many minutes we're climbing, but just recently my on-the-fly maths has not been too clever, so I'm not sure I'm brave enough to I can have a go. 16:28. It's about just shy 12 minutes, about 11:45 this climb. Nothing. Little leg warm up. Holding it there. You've got a minute to go or thereabouts. Look at the profile down there. That's a direct export from my training peaks, which is what I'm using here on my smart trainer, on my headset. So that erg file there, graphic, is exactly what you've done, what you've got coming up. It is exact. Have your legs risen into this effort. Woo! I mean, look, we're halfway up the second one already. Fantastic. So, as we've not dropped down into deep recovery, still feeling that pressure in the legs. I do believe that we are about to put in the effort. And load! I'm going to go to my drops. Climbing that hill, looking ahead, soft on the hands, barely any weight through the hands. Strengthen that core out there, folks, to keep you nice and stable on the bike. Doesn't matter if you're on a regular bike or an indoor bike. Oh, I've actually got a point about that. I'll come back to that in a second. Keep going. About, just over a minute to go. I've got time to chat to you. Yeah, I have. Now, clearly, in a live instructing format, I would be on an indoor bike. And I've instructed on all sorts of bikes. I've got no real preference, to be honest. I mean, I do like the ones with power meters, clearly, because it means I can use my power numbers. But it makes no difference. So don't worry. If you're out there with just a very basic indoor bike, makes no difference. I don't have an indoor bike anymore. And release. I don't have an indoor bike in my gym anymore. I sold it because I didn't think I'd need it. Quite some time ago. Which is a bit of a shame because I could demonstrate to you slightly different climbing standing techniques. But anyway, what I wanted to say about your bike setup, your indoor bike setup. I mean, you might just exclusively do indoor workouts, which is great. You're very welcome. Probably haven't got a clue what I'm talking about with regards to some of the cycling terms, but that no matter. Just ignore that. Just come along for the ride. But if you're not a road cyclist or you ride a mountain bike, you may be not familiar with bike setup. Now, if you're coming along to one of my live classes, I would spend some time, if you were new, making sure you've got a good setup. But if you're at home and you've not had any help, get online, go to the spinning website or just in YouTube, spinning bike setup, because there's some really good tips on there. Ready to unload? Of course you are. Dig in, team. Let's make it to the top of the second climb. So as I was saying, get on there, make sure your bike is set up correctly. Got any neck problems? You might want your handlebars just, or if you're new to cycling, bring your handlebars up just a little bit. Don't have a really aggressive setup. Release. But don't bring the handlebars up too quick. I think this might be a quick transition here, folks. Hold it there. Ready to load. Squeeze it on. Yeah, if you have your handlebars too high and you're kind of in a really upright position, I'm digging in. If you're in a really upright position, look what happens to the angle at your hips. You're very upright. If you're slightly lower down, you get a smaller angle here. Your ability to generate more power and really bring in those glutes at the back makes it easier. So work up to it. If you start with the handlebars really high, just kind of sneak them down. Same with your road bike setup. And release. Oh, I could do a whole video on different bike setup. That'll take us a while. Yeah, we're going to full on drippy sweat stage. Of course we have. You know what, team? Get it on. Oh, much joy. And squeeze. I'm getting way too excited here. Keep a handle on that excitement. So you know what you do when you're done here? First of all, I'm turning the page over. That is 2 climbs done. And dropping it down. Get that recovery. Gonna have to, oh, can I reach my towel? Oh, just about. Drop the gear. Smile. Breathe. And recover. Little bursts of speed here, nice and light on the gears. Make sure your bottom's not bouncing. Just using the rhythm of my music I've got here on my playlist to help me lift that leg speed. Right then, next little hill. If you look behind you, you can see where you're. Actually, we're probably going downhill here, aren't we? And you can look up. The next one looks a bit steeper and a bit longer. Next effort. So if you're using your FTP number, 75 is going to be your base level of intensity in tempo. And then, just slow it down a little bit. And then your efforts are going to be bang on your FTP, so 100% FTP. If you're using your heart rate, guide is to get your heart rate down. You're going to really struggle to bring it down to 70. max heart rate. So don't worry if you can't get anywhere close. It's unlikely to happen. And as we're bang on FTP, you want to be your lactate threshold max heart rate, which is for the main population around about 85%. Now I happen to know that my LT heart rate is 88% of my max heart rate because I was VO2 max tested. So if you know your absolute numbers, you might be slightly different. It might be lower than 85 or higher. Oh, are you as hot as I am here? Kind of wishing I got the window open as well. Ready? Get it on. That doesn't, I don't know what setting I've got my fan on. Oh, that's not looking good. Look ahead. Or don't look up. Blissful ignorance is also a strategy, by the way. In live class, you should always get, you know, do you want to know how long this effort is? You'll have 50% of people go, yeah, tell me what I'm in for. The other 50% will go, do you know what? It's not going to make any difference, so just don't tell me. Well, you know. You can see there. And we're over halfway, folks. 2 more challenges ahead. Settle into that lovely climbing rhythm. No lower than 60. Keep it up a little bit. 70 here. 70 RPM. Oh. Nice some more water. Cheers, everybody. Hanging out, enjoying the effort. So a little shimmy back here, just making sure that my cycle shorts are lined up with my saddle and that my bum bones are supported on the widest part of the saddle. Minimising the hips with the soft tissues. And breathe. So as we get deeper into this workout, you will see that the efforts, some of them, are you ready to load? Load, load, load. Some of the efforts are going to get longer, more challenging. Oh, I'm really having to concentrate here. About 30 seconds to go. How's that light glow coming along? Have you got a mirror? Can you see how amazing? My mirror's over there. I'm glad I can't see. Well, how about you? Are you in a full-on mirrored studio? Wow. I do not need to see myself in. Oh no. But anyway, if you are, I bet you look amazing. And release. God, that went on a bit. How long is this next one? Oh, a little bit longer. Oh yeah, look at the graphic. Oh. Breathe. How's that heart rate doing? Starting to drift up. So getting harder and harder to recover. About 45 seconds to go to be climbed. So remember, you don't have to stay seated. You can stand. On a turbo setup, if I stand, I've got to seriously load that gear on, which equals I really can't talk. Well, you might think that's preferable, by the way, but it's not ideal. On an indoor bike, I would stand because it's a lot easier because you've got the flywheel to help with the momentum. Much easier. Not so easy on a turbo setup. Do you know, I'm not even looking at my heart rate. Deep into the workout. Ready to load! Chuck it on! Keeping it smooth. Now, as you get that much harder gear on, get that transition of power smooth as you can. Try not to, don't load and then stamp it on. Keep it smooth. I was going to put a cycle shirt on today, I'm glad I didn't. That would have been really warm. Keep pushing, folks. Got about 30 seconds. Halfway up that third little slope. Third little hill. Oh, feeling amazing. Nice one. How's your leg speed? With these heavier gears, have you started to grind? Keep it fluid. And release. When I say release, I don't mean release back to legs talking to you stage. You're releasing back 75% FTP. Still an effort, right? And trying to bring that heart rate down. So don't be, if you're using your heart rate, I would rather you kind of keep the pressure on and don't worry too much about the recovery heart rate. Because it's just not going to, even if you're using your FTP numbers, your heart rate's going to stay elevated as it drifts up. So don't worry too much about trying to get that heart rate right down because you'd have dropped too much gear. And as a strength workout, we're trying to keep that pressure on. Oh, another favourite song. Oh, this is quite a long remix, I believe. Yeah. Shall I do the maths? Are you ready to load? So a little ramp here. Couple of gear changes, not your full gear change. So we've got 3 levels. This level, little hooch up, which is where you are here. And then we're going to hooch it up to that 100% or your 85% max heart rate. Look at the graphic, you'll see what I mean. It's kind of a little step. Do you love this song if you're listening along? It's a good remix, this. Or what are you playing? Something really, really, really amazing. Tell me what music you're playing to get you to the top. Let's get that banter going. Where are we loading? Where are we loading? Ready? 3, 2, load. Get it on. Working on. Nice and smooth on the power. You've got a minute here. How's the bike position? Where do you want to be? Oh, these big power efforts, I really need to be in the drops to get that nice, comfy position for me. This is my default riding position. Bending at the elbows, keeping the tension at the shoulders, tucking those shoulder blades back into your back pockets. Hold it, hold it. Ready to drop. 3, 2, 1. Unload. And breathe. Keeping the control. Bringing the heart rate back in check. So this one we're going to jump straight up to that top level. 2 sets, not 3. Ready to load. Watch the graphics. Let's go. We've got this. Has that time gone? It's gone quick. Oh, I think it's gone quick. Has it gone quick? So I think we're 65 minutes today, not 60. Because we're working at such higher intensities, I want to give you a little bit of a longer cool down. Push, push. Recovery. A little bit. Dropping back down to that base level. And drop it. Quick transition here, folks. We're going to jump straight back up to the top. Last effort here before you've got that block of recovery. Ready? Make it count. 1 minute of effort. Our legs are starting to, if not already, really feeling the effort. Complaining. Kept you around your threshold. You've got that lactate building. Do you feel a little bit sick? Because that can happen if you're not used to working at this intensity. All that lactate flooding around your body. Rein it in. Hold it there. Recovery's coming! Woohoo! Happy. Breathe. Ready to drop all that gear off to get your block of recovery. And release. So make the most of this recovery here. Slightly longer. 3 minutes. About 3 minutes 30. I want you to really work getting that heart rate down, get the recovery back, more lactate produced because we're closer to threshold, bring it down, because the last effort we're going over lactate threshold effort. In terms of power, that's about, so we're keeping it right at the top end of zone 4, lactate threshold zone, up to 104% of your FTP. Obviously everything over 100, you're going over. Heart rate, 87 if you can, 90 max. I mean, we've gone anaerobic, really gone anaerobic with these efforts. Might not be able to hold on to breathing through your nose, might go to full on breathing through your mouth as you drag the air in. I'm going to just work to get my heart rate down. I suggest you do the same. Hang out here, chill, quickest way, close your eyes. Breathe in through the nose. Big exhale. So in those 5 breaths, my heart rate came down by 10%. Works. It'll go back up again now I've sat up, but... Oh. Keep the fluids going. So you want to make sure you're hydrated before, during and after these heavy workouts. Now then, how could you change this workout around? If you come back and do it again, you can mess around with the cadence, maybe bung on an extra 5 or 10 RPM to your regular effort. So a little bit less gear, but more leg speed. Other option, you could actually turn this into an MTI, a muscle tension interval workout. All right then folks, are we ready? Muscle tension intervals, ready to load, get it on. Right then, let's get this done. So minimum 60 RPM. So with 60 RPM, you can really load on these big heavy gears. Really having to work hard using that muscular strength. So that is an option. So guides here, folks. You can see the last little blip on the profile down there. See how long we've got to go. I do believe these squeeze out a little bit longer. I don't think we've got any really quick gear changes. So we're really locking that intensity in here. So how long is this climb? Oh, come on, let's do the maths. 52, oh hang on, no, 46. 9. 13 minutes. It's quite short actually, isn't it? Are you shouting at me? Are you throwing things at your laptop? 13 minutes is not short, Chris. Yes, it is. I believe in your legs. Woohoo! Are we ready? More gear! Oh man! Oh! Wow, 4% more. Come on, dig in. Is your music helping you? I hope so. And release. I think this is the quickest transition we've got here. Oh, we've got a little while. I do feel like I've drunk a lot today. It's quite warm. Are you keeping everything in check? Breathing, check. Heavy gears, check. Soft on the hands, check. Bum position, check. Pedal stroke. Fabulous! Are you ready, folks? Get that gear on right now! And if you're listening to the playlist, boy, are you going to get a big lift here with the music. It's really helping me. Squeezing those pedals. Probably a little bit more movement in my upper body as I'm just too excited. Got to try and rein that in. Want minimal upper body movement. Wasted energy. Wasted effort. Are we ready, folks? Got a little bit of drop of gear coming. Drop it down. Just take the pressure off the legs. dropped anybody on this last hill? Oh, I hope not. Oh, come on, I know you can do this. Always. You're here now. Don't give up. About 30 seconds to go. Now that's quite a little short effort, so really go big. It's about a 20-second effort, I think. Too much fun. Are you ready, folks? Of course you are. Go big or go home. Ready? Follow the numbers. Let's go! Big effort. Maybe really feeling those legs screaming at you. Lactate is sitting there like someone poured it in like cement. I'm not selling it to you, am I? I mean, I don't mind it. Come on, you've got this. Give me 30 more seconds here. Dig deep. You have got it. Digging in. Legs are riding into this actually. It's not, you know, it's not stinging too badly. Definitely an effort though, right? Keep going to the last pedal stroke. Ready to drop it back down to that base number. There we go. So how many minutes have we got? 7 minutes to take you to the top. If you listen along to my playlist, by the way, so that link will take you to my Spotify playlist. And you can just, it's a public playlist, you can just load it up. If you are, how long does it take you to work out what this is a remix of? Now, if you're kind of similar age to me, you will definitely know this music. What is this track? Going in just over a minute. We've got 2 efforts and they're quite long. You can see from the graphic. I mean, I don't think yet you can work out what it is. Right now. Have you got it? It's pretty cool remix. My training buddy, my riding buddy on the road is going to love this, me putting these workouts up with the playlist so she can play along. Oh, dripping sweat off the nose. Attractive. Sorry. We're not here to look glamorous. No, sorry. I'm here to put in the effort. Are you ready? We are about. Oh, see, I can't do the maths. You've got a long effort coming. Ready to load. Get it on. Bam! Oh. Check out that cadence, check out the leg speed on your bike computer if you've got it. So I'm currently at 68 RPM. Don't drop below 60. Even if you've turned it into an MTI, don't drop below 60. A lot of pressure through the knees. Lordy, lordy. How are we doing? Just less than a minute. Oh, I'll tell you what, my hammies are putting in a lot of effort there today. Really feel that in the hamstrings. I haven't done so much stuff in the drops recently. They are really taking a hit there. How about you? Quads screaming? It's because you're driving through the knee. You want to drive from the hip. Come on, keep pushing. Ready to drop the gear. Back to that base number. Is my face giving away how hard I'm working? Grab for the towel. I can normally get away without using a towel. That's pretty tragic. Breathe it. Going in 40 seconds. And that right there, folks, is your last effort to take you to the top. 2 minutes. Do anything for 2 minutes. Yep. There's the top, just there. Just there. Got it in my sights. Ready to bring it on. Loading the gear very shortly. Let's do this. Dig in. Smile on the face, because the pain goes away. Hit it. 2 minutes of fun. Yes. We were only just over threshold. We should be easily be able to keep this effort up. It never feels that way, does it? Sometimes it might be easier just to not know what the numbers are and just go with it. So maybe you ride like that. I mean, if all my tech breaks down, which it does sometimes, heart rate monitor runs out of battery, bike computer runs out of battery, I run out of battery. Then, minute to go. You just got to ride on feel. Oh, that's fine. That's just the same. Come on. All the way to the very, very, very last pedal stroke. Steep old climb this. You stop before you've crested over the top, you're going to roll back down the hill. And that's not good for anybody, especially those people behind you, because you're at the front, right? Obviously. 30 bitty seconds. And then you can cool down. Eyes on the prize, team. Look up. Don't slump over that bike. Keep it up. Look up. Drive. Every single stroke. Keep pushing. Nearly there, but not quite. And release. We're done. Drop all the gear, drop all the resistance. If you're on a bike and you're in the big ring, drop it down to the small ring. Let's have some low gears. How did you do? Did you make it? Of course you did. I know you did. Fantastic. My team always get to the top. No quitters. Never. Chapeau, team. Do you follow road cycling? Do you follow road race cycling? Is that your thing? I'm a bit excited by my cycling hero is back tomorrow. Those of you that know me or know who he is, back tomorrow. What an inspiration. Wish the very best for him. Do you love those kind of heroic stories? Not necessarily in sport, doesn't really matter. Where people have really had maybe a bad accident or an illness and they've fought back. Just never given in. Given in even. I just love that. I love that inspiration. It's the attitude and just do not give up. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. It's red rag to a bull. You can achieve greatness. Just by turning up today, getting on your bike and doing this, you're a hero in my eyes. Just turning up. Doesn't matter how quick you are on a bike, how amazing you are, what your FTP is, matters not. Keep it fluid, folks. Just by doing this, you're quicker than sitting on the sofa. Fantastic. I've had some fantastic comments. Oh, and some lovely feedback on the channel. Thank you so much if you've taken the time to leave me comments on your thoughts and how you've got on and any questions. Keep them coming. If you've subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed, just click that little subscribe button. You don't need to click the notification bell. Click the subscribe button. As I said, very grateful. Keep those legs moving. Give us a like if you like this workout. Let me know what you like. As I said, let me know what you think to these workouts that I've got a music playlist. Really appreciate it, and I'll just keep cracking away and putting them on the channel, keeping it all mixed up for you. We have got just over a minute left. Now, as always, that was a very intense session. 5 minutes cool down is tiny, maybe a little bit, yeah, just about 5 minutes. You need to get that heart rate right back down. If you're tracking your heart rate, my advice is get it below 60% of your max heart rate before you can call it quits. I'm not going to get close to that because I'm talking away to you people. If you want longer to cool down, just, keep moving the legs after the workout's done. And you've built a lot of lactate into those muscles. It's going to take a good amount of time to expel. You don't want it sitting there because that's going to give you those heavy legs tomorrow. So make sure that you've got the right amount of recovery. You want light gear, light resistance if you're on an indoor bike. Slightly higher leg speed. And we're nearly done. And there we have it folks. I said if you need to, carry on. Otherwise we're done there. Thanks for playing along. Thanks for watching as always. Till next time.